you present, not directly, but at the end of the presentation, I want to give you some information about the ANR program Lolita, that is longevity with lifestyle adjustment with different thematics. But before, I find the goal of the health and longevity in Beijing at Longevity 9. And I think that well, it's a pleasant picture to welcome you to the academic day. I hope you survive to very intensive 3 days. But natural question is what is new after 11 years on longevity process and also some information about longevity. But as the goal, the problem with health and longevity obviously strongly related. And also we have a main interest for the problem of the dependence, but personally, I'm not a specialist of this area. And I want to speak a little more about the determinant of the mortality and what important fact from these 10 years. And we can still say that it's not still a real consensus about the determinant of the mortality, because in general, when we find some some factors that seem very, very important, we immediately can find converse or contradiction with this one. But now there is very, in particular in Europe, which is very important fact that is baby boom. Now go to 65 and people are partially retired. That is some specificity, in particular a big problem for pension fund. In the same time, we can say that in parallel, there is a very big progress in bioaging, and also with not new biodemography. And the main problem in this case is to understand what happened in a very old age, and if you can find some law or some determination, because this problem has a strong impact when we try to adjust or calibrate data from the demographic data. In the same time, in parallel, we have spectacular progress in medicine, but also for some people that is sometimes more important, that is a progress in public health, because the effect of this kind of politic are more stronger on the global parameter of the longevity, not obviously for the individual point of view. And that is a strong element to know that if this evolution has two things at the individual level of macro level, but also associated with the transition of mortality, we can observe that we have an increase in education and also in human quality, not in the sense of economic sense, but maybe more in health sense, that is children and old are more strong, more robust, and also the brain has good properties and so on. And that is very important to make the links with this longevity transition and the economic effect, because maybe people are more efficient in different point of view. But obviously, in the same time, we have increase in dependency, but we can say that the starting age of this effect has delayed in time. But still, the main problem is the problem of what happened in old age. That is academic and professional challenge. But also the links between mortality and economy is very, very important, and the Professor Lee main contribution in this area. And in 1975, Preston gives a transsectional proof that there is strong link between GDP and life expectancy. He studies 35 countries and analyzes that this they know as the Preston curve. And more in general, the idea is that wealth and health are strongly related, and the sentence is wealthier are healthier. But when we try in the details, it's not so clear because sometimes some countries with the same GDP are not the same characteristic of life expectancy. For example, Russian and South Africa and so on have a strong difference. And the question is what is in fact the most important in this case is not still the level of wealth, but a lot of different facts. And this collateral effect, in some sense, is very important to introduce in the modelization and the interplay between individual longevity and macro point of view. In particular, there is some proof in the front of this one that is the Glasgow effect that we can observe in UK, where what is the Glasgow effect? In Glasgow, we can observe an excess of mortality in comparison with a similar city as Liverpool and Manchester. What is the comparison? That is the history of these different cities are very, very similar. There is the same movement of population, the same level, standard level of living, and so on. But in Glasgow, we can observe 1 or 2% of excess in mortality. And it was very difficult to understand because the strong similarity with this city. And the suggestion now is that maybe it's due to social cultural effect. This point is also observed in the US when people studies longevity expectation and so on in different states where the level of global level of wealth, but also the inequality are strongly different. And people propose to introduce some new level, in some sense, that is the neighborhood level impact. The most important is to know where people live, what is friends, family, etc. And we can observe that obviously the individual level of wealth is very important, but the more quantified effect is observed with this neighborhood level. And that is some new development in this way. In particular, people try to introduce in the micro-macro simulation some effect in this one. For 20 years, but more for 10 years, approximately, for to analyze the effect of the transition demographic, people have used some micro-macro simulation, in particular to test the robustness of the pension fund and pension policy. And the major tool, in fact, to study heterogeneous population and also the nonlinear dependency between this heterogeneous population. The problem of nonlinearity, for example, there is a concave relation between health and the level of living and so on, is very important because they introduce a bias when we make statistics and identification from the data, and maybe can explain some overestimate of increase in mortality, in longevity for official data. And there is maybe 20 different systems to study this micro-macro simulation. The idea is easier to define what is the behavior at the individual level and use this information and also more macro information and sometimes medium level information to simulate the global behavior of the population and test some particularity that we cannot obtain directly from the macro point of view. And in the program we have a way to develop this kind and to give some model to that to be able to quantify the different uncertainty associated with this kind of strategies, and this work is not exactly finished. In particular, by using some model, in this case, that it's not still the case for the micro macro simulation, because in general people introduce the simulation directly. For example, for the international point of view and to take into account the world level, in particular the impact of the countries as India, China, and so on. Aglietta in Paris has studied the demographic effect, the impact of interest rate, of the currency, and so on. And that is an example, but the Professor Lee is more competent than me on this point of view, and maybe we can discuss with him tomorrow. But there is a lot of people that was working about the problem of demography, dynamic demography, and so on. Maybe I find 20 different names. For example, with the computational demography, we have a lot of things. And in particular, Silverstein speaks about the tyranny of the data. I think that by using some simulation, sometimes we can relax, in some sense, this problem. But I just want to put some question about the data. That is a very classical mortality curve where we have the logarithm of the mortality force, and in the line we have the ages, and in particular we have this well-known both on the dynamics, and after that we observe the Compe's law, where we have approximately linear dependence in age from the mortality force. But I just observe that it's very important to be careful when we take the logarithm, because as we can observe in this data, the logarithm sometimes give a lot of importance for some quantity very small, and we can observe that people use some reference curve and after that make proportional error and so on, because this data is the data from Eurostat relative to the European country avec 55 countries in 2003, but it's not very important. That is important is to have some idea of the order, grandeur of the number. At age 0, there is still an important rate of mortality rate that is for the first year. Oh, pardon. Je crois que ça ne marchait pas. Ah. Qu'est-ce que c'est que ça? Excusez-moi. Ah, non. Non, j'y arrive. We can observe that for age 0, that is for men, that is for women. The reference is 100,000 people, and the number is approximately this one. When we observe some details by countries, that is still the same the same kind of number. But for the period 1 to 10, we observe very small number, 20 for 10 years. And but in between the next decade, that is very, very similar with a little more. And in this case, that is a well-known both of accident, because for men, because they take more risk than women. And even between 30 and 40, the numbers are not very, very important. But we can say that for this period, that is 20 over 10 to the power 5, it's very, very small, and the statistical error is maybe of this order, grandeur. And if you say that there is no, the probability of death at this age is quasi equal to 0. But it's not so obvious on the curve in logarithm, and I think that maybe it's not so easy to compare some so different numbers, and we have some robustness in this estimation. But I don't not give more information about this mortality curve and so on, because we have the pleasure to have with us the Professor Lee, and any people know the Lee-Carter model. In particular, when I started 5 years ago in this era, that is the first thing that people learn me. And I think that it's a better idea to give the professor to explain to me what is the evolution from the Lee-Carter model to now. And just I want to say that is after the conference we can interested to join us in this multidisciplinary program that is Lolita. It's a great pleasure for us, and the different thematics are the following: population dynamic modeling, long-term care contract, advanced simulation method, multi-year solvency issue and grand stress test, statistical aspect of longevity risk, and management of longevity risk. But in this example, we have also the problem of intergenerational effect of longevity